I made a custom Game Boy for the Austin Evans. What's going on, guys? It's Jake here, and today is finally the day. In the past few videos, I have been asking you to ring-a-ling that ding-a-ling bell for a reason. That was my way of hinting at my super secret project that I've mentioned a couple times. You guys don't understand how excited I am to share with everyone what I've been working on for the past 2 months. Well, I can't show you just yet because we gotta build it. But first, gather around the campfire, kids. I'm gonna tell you the story. It was a cold February Sunday. I was sitting on my couch, relaxing, watching my favorite tech YouTuber, Marques Brownlee. And once his video ended, I thought, since I have nothing else to watch, I guess I can stomach an Austin Evans video. And while I was watching the Ultimate PS5 video, I said, who would put a Switch in a PS5? But then it hit me. I could totally make the Ultimate Game Boy. No one's ever done that before. So the next day, I emailed Austin to pitch him my idea. Within minutes, my phone was just blowing up. It was Austin. He was begging me, pleading me, please make him the Ultimate Game Boy. Okay, maybe that wasn't exactly how it happened, but that's how I remember it. Please forgive me, Austin. From there, it was decided that Ken and I would work together to plan out the best, sickest, most dope Game Boy that was ever created. Now, I won't go into every detail here because I don't want this video to be that long and I want to get into the action. But in the middle of all this, I reached out to my favorite retro game parts retailer, Retro Modding. I shot them an email and explained what all was happening, and they responded, "Who are you?" After a few emails back and forth with the French legend Gary, we put our heads together to design a shell based off of Ken's idea. I'd also like to mention that Gary and Retro Modding were so kind, not just throughout the whole process, but they also sent me everything I needed for the project, and I cannot thank them enough. It really means the world to me because I'm just some kid from Oregon, but it seems like they have some sort of faith in me. And right here I have a package from Retro Modding that I just received, and I waited to open it until I was on camera so I could get my true reaction to it. I've seen the shell before because I designed it, but I haven't seen it in person yet. It's so sick. We got a ton of goodies in here. There we go. Isn't it beautiful? Oh yeah, you can't see the design, huh? Should I show you? Should I wait? You've probably seen it in the thumbnail, who am I kidding? There we go. This is so cool. I don't have anything written in the script for this part, and I'm blown away. I don't know what to say. This is the coolest thing that's ever happened to me. It's very surreal. Like, it's a very basic design, but it's just wild seeing my design printed on a shell. I think my favorite part though is the back here. I had nothing to do with the back of this. This was all Gary. Seriously, if you want anything like this, any cool, awesome Game Boy parts, go check out Retro Modding. Link in the description. They're amazing. All right, I've stalled long enough. Let's go build this thing. What are you doing? Come on. Quick shout out to my friend Daniel for the Game Boy I'm gutting today. He owns a local retro game store and was kind enough to let me use this. His Instagram will be linked down below. But let's start with the IPS mod. We're doing a few mods here today, and to me, this is the most important one. Going from the state-of-the-art dot matrix screen of 1989 to a display that's on par with most of today's smartphones is the biggest leap forward in any Game Boy mod. Thankfully, with this RIPS V3 mod kit, it is very easy to install. The sucky part is that you do have to cut some things out of the shell to make the screen fit. It's also very hard to line the screen up perfectly as the screen is way bigger than the original. But that's the advantage of buying from Retro Modding. They include this very handy centering bracket with every kit, and honestly, I never want to do this mod without it again. With this bracket, you will line the screen up perfectly every time. Hashtag not sponsored. And the first half is done. Now for the rest of the mods. This was by far the most frustrating part of the build, as well as the scariest. I'm adding a rechargeable battery that is charged not only by USB-C, but also can take advantage of wireless charging. I'm not going to go over exactly how I do it here, but I either already have a tutorial up or I will very soon. Why was this frustrating, you ask? Because I was following 2 obscure posts that I found online that contradicted each other. But if you're seeing this, I did it. Not only was I scared by the fact that I could not get it working, I knew that once I did get it working, I'd have to cut into this beautiful, one-of-a-kind shell. You've got to be kidding me. I'm just messing around. Everything turned out fine. And here it is. Tetris, anyone? This was definitely the biggest and most terrifying build I have ever done, but I'm proud of myself. I have put so much thought, time, and effort into this build, and I'm kind of sad to see it go. Me and this Game Boy have been through a lot in the past few weeks, but it's time to send him off to his new home with Austin. But before I do that, let's go over some specs. Of course, we have the beautiful IPS display, a brand new Funny Playing speaker, a DS Lite 3.7 volt 1000 milliamp hour battery, a TP4056 USB-C charge board, and a wireless charging coil, all packaged in a one-of-a-kind Fat Pikachu DMG shell designed by me and Gary. While again, none of this is sponsored, all the things for this build were sent to me for free by Retromodding, but everything I've said about them is truly how I feel, and that's how every brand deal, sponsorship, anything sort of like this will go with me. Just because I get free stuff or I'm paid by them does not mean that I'm just gonna give them praise. I will always say how I truly feel about anything that I receive, and so I really mean it when I say these people are awesome. And if you have any interest in doing this yourself, or if you already do things like this, definitely shop at Retromodding. They're just the best place to go to buy this kind of stuff. You can find many products like the things I've shown off today and more at the link below. I'd like to give a huge thank you to Retromodding for helping me put all this together. Gary, it would not have been the same without you. Ken and Gary, thank you for being patient and working with me on this. I'm sure it was obvious that I've never done anything like this before, but thank you. Austin, thank you for just responding to my email in the first place. This whole project and everything that's gonna come from it really means the world to me. I seriously will not be able to thank any of those people enough for what they've done for me today. This is the coolest thing I've ever done. I chose to reach out to Austin for this because I've been watching his channel for as long as I can remember. Pretty much since I started watching YouTube back in high school, I've been watching his stuff. I've always loved his content, and it's kept me entertained through the good times and the bad. So this is my way of saying thank you and keep up the good work, like you need me to tell you that. But Austin doesn't do it all by himself anymore. He has a whole team around him now, and the videos wouldn't be the same without him. I didn't want to leave anybody on the team out, so I made everyone else a Game Boy macro. And if you don't know what a macro is, it's a DS Lite that usually has a broken top screen that you can give a brand new life as a Game Boy Advance. To me, it's the most comfortable way to play Game Boy Advance games, and probably the cheapest. It's my favorite mod, and this is my way of saying thank you to the rest of the team. There are a few other goodies that I am going to include in the package thanks to Retromodding, but I'll let you guys see that in Austin's video. Also, I kind of got this video idea from Elliot, aka the Retro Future. He also made some really cool DMGs for Mr. Beast, and I highly recommend you check out his video. I'll link it down below. But that is going to be it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, listen to Brittany. I'm assuming we have at least a couple new faces here, and it would mean a lot to me if you subscribe. My goal for the end of the year is to hit 5,000 subscribers, which I think it might be a little bit of a stretch to me, but I'm trying to think big here. But I mean, if you're still watching at this point and you're not subscribed, it probably means you should. I know my content's kind of been all over the place over the past few years, but for now I'm sticking with the video game repairs and mods and that kind of stuff. Anything really Nintendo related is what I'm gonna do. The kind of stuff you see on my channel right now, that's what you should expect in the future. I'd also love it if you followed me on Instagram because I do post more on there, and you can see a bunch of my cool pictures of Game Boys like this. All my links will be in the description down below, as well as any other links that I mentioned in this video. Don't forget to check out retromodding.com. And before I sign off here, I'd like to make an announcement. I want to turn this into a series. I had so much fun with this project that I want to try and do this as much as possible. I'd like to be able to make a custom Game Boy for the YouTubers that I love, around one every 1 or 2 months. So please let me know in those comments who you'd like to see me make a custom Game Boy for. I want to keep these good times rolling. But I'm thinking for the next one, the man, the myth, the legend, Kevin Kenson. But that's gonna be it for me, and I will see you guys in the next one. Later, guys. Hey, welcome to my post-credit scene. I do these for almost every video. It's usually like a funny moment or whatever, or sometimes it's just like a little extra information I want to throw out at you. But most people, even most of my own subscribers, don't know that I do these. So if you did stay this long, throw some monkey emojis in the comments down below. Let's confuse the people who don't stay this long. Also, subscribe. Boom, 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 boom.